Chevra, Ashreinu, that we can be here together to learn the Sefer Pele Yoeitz as part of the Hachzek daily Mussar. Today we begin with day one of the program, and Mirz HaShem, this learning together of the Pele Yoeitz, a beautiful, beautiful Sefer written by Rebbe Eliezer Papo in the late 1700s, early 1800s. He was a Sephardic leader, a Kabbalist, and an incredible Gaon. And the way that he wrote, it's as relevant today as it was back in the day when he wrote it. And it's more Yesodistic than ever before. It's fundamental to who and what we are. I'm excited to learn it together with you. A couple of announcements that I'd like to make. This Hachzek Mussar daily program, at least my shir, I plan, hopefully it should be about 5-6 minutes a day. The way the program works, if you haven't signed up yet, go to hachzek.com, Hachzek. I was just making sure I know how to spell it. Hachzek.com. You could sign up, put in your email. They have an app in the App Store, which is beautiful, and you could, they have a lot of different shiurim, and it's a way to learn together. Everyone learns, not everybody. A lot of people learn Daf Yomi every single day, and they make it a habit to learn Gemara, Talmud Bavli. But how important is it to learn Mussar every single day? And Bez HaShem, with the help of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that's going to be our goal, to learn every single day. It's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Shabbos and Sunday are for Chazara. And you could download, they have these beautiful calendars. This is a 6-month to a year calendar of daily learning of the Sefer Pele Yoeitz, which Mirz HaShem we're going to learn together. If you haven't signed up yet, please go ahead and sign up. The hope is that we're going to have a WhatsApp group where we'll be able to post the daily shir, an audio, a link to the shir, perhaps some pointers as well. And it should be exciting. I mentioned I'm going to have a couple announcements. Usually the shir should be about 5-6 minutes. Today it might be 7-8 minutes. The first announcement I just got to get off the bat is you're probably wondering what that is. Maybe you don't. Maybe you know what that is. You probably know what that is. It's an elephant on my Svarim trunk. Svarim shrunk. Get it? Trunk. Okay. So I was at like one of these home goods types of stores, and I saw this, and it saw me, and that's it. I knew it was mine. All I had to do was pay for it. And the reason why I have an elephant on my shelf, and I'll explain the relevance to the Pele Yoeitz. An elephant is a peel. A peel is a wonder. It's mamish a wonder, and that's really the sefer that we're learning. It's a Pele. It's a Pele Yoeitz. It's wonderful advice. It's interesting. The sefer is called Wonderful Advice. It's pretty confident to name the sefer that, and whether the author Rebbe Eliezer Papo had that in mind, who knows? But I have to tell you, there was somebody I reached out to a couple of months ago, and I asked him if he had any recommendations on a certain book, and he said, yeah, I actually do. I have a book. He said, I have a book, and I highly recommend it. It's a great read. It's going to change your life. And I remember I bought that book, and I read it, and it did change my life. And I was thinking, the fact that he had that confidence to say that his book was going to change my life is pretty remarkable. And I was thinking, as it relates to this, the Pele Yoeitz, the wonderful advice, and we're going to learn it. Taka is wonderful advice. We're going to learn it together. It's going to be a journey, Be'ezer Hashem, and let's mamish jump right in. Tell your family, tell your friends. Hopefully it should be an exciting ride, an exciting journey. We're going to, Rebbe Eliezer Papo is going to hold our hands along the way. He writes in a beautiful way. As I mentioned, it's very relevant, very timely, and he writes in arithmetic and in a beautiful, in just a poetic type of way, and I think you're going to all enjoy it. So let's go ahead. Hope you enjoy our little friend over here. And by the way, just Ma Gadlu Masecha, right? That's the in Parak Shir. That's the song of the elephant. The Pele means a wonder, and it's been pointed out that the elephant in particular, it's such a lofty, massive, behemoth type of creature, yet it expresses the oneness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It expresses the beauty of the world that we have, and hopefully in the zechus of learning the Pele Yoeitz, we should be able to taka together, grow in tremendous ways. Okay, let's jump right in. Rebbe Eliezer Papo begins like this: Aval HaKadosh Baruch Hu ein mida toiva himena. There's a plethora of midos out there. I mean, chesed and kindness and giving charity and all these things are great, wonderful, nice. But you know what is above them all? You know what is the best midah of them all? Ava, the love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because the entirety of our avodas Hashem and the entirety and all aspects of our divine faith of Yahadus, of Yiddishkeit, stems and emanates from this love that we have with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It is incomparable, somebody who serves Hashem out of love versus someone who serves Hashem out of fear. Ukavar Harav Sefer Habris, of Pinchas Elio of Vilna, and the Sefer Habris, Hamek, he delves, Herchiv, Herich, Levar, Sherish Ava, Vayir, Betuv Tamavadas. He explains beautifully the root of Ava and Yira. Divrei Pi Chacham Chen, the words of the sage are graceful. And by the way, if you look over there in that Sefer Habris, I looked it up in Chilek Bey's Maimer Dalet, he brings from the Rambam how a person has to be misboning. And that's you get to a level, you realize the beauty, the wonders, like the elephant as an example, but if you realize the beauty of everything that's in the world, you come to a certain level of rumness, you reach beyond Yira, and you climb the sulam, you climb the ladder, and you know what's above Yira is Ava, is love for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ashrei Adam Shokit al Doar, praiseworthy is the one who's diligent in studying his words. The purpose of the work that rests before me, says the author. I'm going to write some observations for myself and to others who are like me. People are growth-minded like me. Come along for the journey, says the author. Again, he writes in such a beautiful way. I'm going to explain to you things that I saw in this Sefer, the Sefer Habris, and in other Sfarim as well. I should be able to remember it. Listen to this, and he says, Hashem, please help me in doing this. Please help me. And how beautiful is it? He's talking about his whole paragraph, his opening paragraph is about the love for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And he's asking Hashem in this very paragraph for help. It's an authentic relationship that the author himself is bringing out. I thought that was a beautiful thing, that he's asking Hashem, mitoch, inside of his writing, he's asking Hashem for help. V'nei aval HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the love for Hashem, he achas mitayik mitzvahs, it's one of the mitzvahs. The mitzvah tediris, it's a constant mitzvah. Asher b'yad ha'adam l'kaim b'chol eis v'chol rega al yidei zechira. You can accomplish it every single moment. Why? Because it's right over here in your noggin, in your kepi, in your head, in your mayach. V'hinis kayamis b'machshava her b'lavat. The way we are mekayim it is in our thoughts. When a person believes and he understands that he can love Hashem, he has that passion to love Hashem. At that very moment, he's in love with Hashem. At that very moment, he's being mekayim a mitzvah. When you shake a lulav, you're shaking in the lulav. You're being mekayim a mitzvah. When you're not shaking the lulav, guess what? You're not shaking the lulav. But when you think about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and you think about the love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you're being a Mekayim mitzvah. So it's a mitzvah tedira, it's a constant mitzvah. Things that mitzvahs that you can be mekayim with your machshava alone. Those things are easy because you can just think about it. It's easy, but it's hard. It's easy, but it's hard. What a beautiful, scientifically proven line. You can't stand for a moment without thinking of something. Your brain is constantly moving, constantly. Rapid fire, this, thinking about this, boom, 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 boom. But you can't go for a second without thinking of anything. And guess what? You're either thinking about something negative or, as he's saying, think about something good. Think about the love of Hashem, because at those moments you're being mekayim a mitzvah, the mitzvah of Avas Hashem. When a person is thinking negative thoughts, so then he's in a state of negativity. He's abandoning the source of living waters, the Be'er Mayim Chaim. Actually, nogea to this week's parsha, Parshas Chukas, if you're listening to this on Friday, the first day of the program. Lachtov boros nishbarim. Instead, you're going for the broken wells. Why would you go for the broken stuff? You go for the legitimates of the beautiful stuff. You want to have that source, that flowing bracha. You want to have, so we have to be able to think about HaKadosh Baruch Hu instead of thinking about negative things. Instead of doing a mitzvah, where you could receive unlimited, endless amount of reward, fools are the ones that end up doing transgressions and they end up being punished. It's fitting for a person to strengthen himself, to be able to get rid of and distance himself from the external thoughts that are negative, and to be able to think of holy matters, even baratu v'shov. It's a Rabbi Nachman type of word. It's really coming from the pasuk in Hachzek, but even even intermittently, even though you're going to have ups and downs, like we said, you can't go for a moment without using your brain, without thinking of stuff. So why not fill our brains with kedusha, with positivity, with a mitzvah that we can fulfill just with our brain by thinking of the love we have for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, by thinking of the elephant, by thinking of the stars and the beauty of the Pintel Yid and you and me and every single one of us and the stars and the mountains, and thinking about the world, being misponing, and like the Rambam says, when we're misponing about the world, and wow, we see the Rome, we see the gods, we connect HaKadosh Baruch Hu in such a divine way. We're just going to end with this. We're going to end with this. And when you recall something that it's not good, when you think about something you shouldn't be thinking about, you have foreign thoughts. At that moment, when you have those negative thoughts, channel yourself, channel it to think about the whales, to think about the kedusha, to think about Kadosh Baruch Hu, and in that way, you're going to be mekayim mitzvah. At that moment, every single moment that you're thinking about Kadosh Baruch Hu, you're going to be mekayim mitzvah, the mitzvah of Avas HaShem. I know we went a little bit over time today. This was the first time we had a little bit of an introduction, and we spoke about the love that we can have for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We spoke about the fact that our brains are working constantly, and if we can just channel our thoughts to think about HaShem, then hey, that's an amazing thing. And at those moments, we're being mekayim mitzvah at every single moment. Pretty amazing thing. Rabbi Isai, enjoy, and I hope you come along for the ride. I hope that you enjoy the Sefer, and it should be a tremendous zechus for you and for your family. Mirz Hashem. We'll see you next time. All the best. Hatzlacha.